What's going on today, guys? Welcome to the trunk of my car. I'm at my local DIY and I've got something kind of fun to try out today. The new Standard Omni skate. Full disclosure, they came in last night. I had to put them on a little bit and skate my P-rail just to kind of get a little bit of a feel for them. I am really excited to give these a go at the skate park though, just skate park, parentheses. Yeah, I'm hoping they're fun. Couple of things I want to go over just really quickly because I already tried them on last night and want to give you a heads up. So first of all, I ordered shell only. This was because I was kind of unsure about the sizing, and I liked the idea of actually testing these with my exact setup with my Create Original frames and my Intuition Premium liners. So that's why I did that. Second of all, I want to go ahead and do like a sizing comparison to my SLs because it's the thing I'm using the most, so I feel like it's best to compare them to the SLs and give you guys kind of an idea on a skate that most people would have already tried. So first of all, the toe is, I've got that lined up well, I hope you can see it on camera. The toe box is actually a really similar shape. It's nice and wide, which is great for me. I do like a nice wide toe box just because I like to try to get into a smaller shell, and the toe box is usually what helps me the most in that area. The standard skate is slightly shorter than the 6.7 SL. This is the small shell standard skate, but I didn't feel that. It didn't really affect me any whenever I was playing around with them a little bit last night. The only thing that I will say about the fit of this skate is that it does have a very narrow heel, or at least narrow by my standards. And I don't think that that's necessarily even a flaw as much as it is just to prevent heel lift for your liner. It just kind of is supposed to hold your heel in really nicely. So I'm hoping that's the case. Last night when I was skating them a little bit, I got a few little hot spots around my heel. So I'm hoping after 20 minutes of skating, that'll go away. All right, so the first thing I want to try out, just because I've been so used to the angled soles, and the Omni actually has like the opposite of what an angled sole has, where the sole from the outer edge kind of comes in and up towards the frame to kind of give you a better lock on round objects. So I want to try it out on ledges first. Looks like it's going to be okay. Let's just let's give it a sole grind. Gonna do it on the smaller ledge first. Feels good. I think because that angle iron is really narrow, I'm actually locking all the way over the angle. Yeah, feels good. Let's do it on the top ledge. Not warmed up yet, guys, but top ledge. Yeah, definitely feels good. Wonder if I can come back and do the top ledge without hitting the camera. That would be sick. Oh! So yeah, it feels fine. It's different because I've been skating the angled soles. It's a very different feeling. I think I'm just gonna give it a couple more tricks. Definitely, ooh, I think I like the negative. Let's see. Just give it a true Mizzou. Yeah, that feels good. Hopefully not too windy. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a negative Mizzou. Easy, wow. The negative plate is definitely bigger and easier to lock into than the SL negative plate. That's kind of nice. I haven't had a nice feeling negative plate in a while. Do a quick Royale. Want to do front rail or back rail? think I'll give it a quick front rail just to feel the boot down angle. Yeah, feels great. Give it the other way. No issues. Ooh, that was ugly. Very stiff. I guess I need to do some sort of top side. It's best sweat stance just because it's coming at you guys. Yeah, so I definitely feel like I have to get over more on top sides in these. The flex is good though. It's not as stiff as a Vim skate. It's probably somewhere maybe a little flexier than a Colt. So it's got good support, but it's also not like floppy in any way, I think. Yeah, I am getting those hot spots around my heel already. So we're gonna see how that goes skating. I think I'll, just for consistency's sake, got a metal rail and then like a concrete fascia board here. There's a little, the only actually concrete ledge here is this little like curb over here. So I'm gonna grind it a few times just to feel how it slides. And I'm not gonna put any wax on it because this usually slides pretty good. It's a little chunky from skateboarders, but it always slides really good. Yeah, feels like it's gonna slide great. Okay. Just give it a Macchio. Yeah, slides very fast, which this thing always kind of slides fast. Something alley-oop maybe? Oh, I thought the rail was closer. I really thought I was gonna trip over this rail. Come back and give it another alley-oop. Yeah, so it definitely, sole plates feel really good. I like them better than flat bottom soles for sure. Like when the soles are just completely flat. I'm wondering how they're gonna wear in. Like if they'll wear in and be more flat later, or if they're gonna, I don't know how they're gonna wear, just because it's kind of like a new idea. It's interesting though, it slides really great on ledges. Let's do not a whole lot of rails here. Let's find a rail. So this is really the main rail here. Oh yeah. Sorry guys, it's super windy. Hopefully that's not really loud for you guys. Yeah, let's I'm wondering if you guys can hear me on the mic, like over here. But let's just start with like a back rail and feel how it feels on the rail. Easy. Yeah, that feels good. I think the main thing about rails is going to be the new sole plate because of that like kick down that it has. It's supposed to lock you in really well. Maybe give it a left foot topsole. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know, that was kind of a bad topsole. Still kind of warming up. But it definitely, it locks in super nice. I don't feel like, it doesn't matter if I put pressure in any direction, like I'm not gonna slip off the sole plate by accident. Do that topsole again. A little bit better. That was just a little bit better. Maybe come back and do like my natural topsole the other way. Probably gonna be the better way to do it. Landed forward, but didn't really know. They just turned this thing around. Kind of weird to get speed from the other way. But yeah, feels good. What else could I do? It feels like a really stiff boot. Kind of just want to try like a fast slide, just a straight fast slide. Kind of lava, but definitely, the boot's definitely good and stiff enough to like not accidentally slip you into torque or something for a fast slide. That's kind of cool. Let's see. What else is good? What should I try next? Okay, so those like hot spots on the back of my ankle are definitely starting to rear their head a little bit. So I'm gonna try to just go ahead and knock out a little bit about the power transfer, shock absorption. So these actually came with like 2 shock absorbers. There's one that's in the bottom of the boot when it comes in, and then there's a second one that I guess is supposed to fit to it if you want more shock absorption. I opted for not using the second one because my Intuition liners already have a shock absorber on them. I didn't need 3. I wasn't trying to skate on a platform, which even with the shock absorber in this boot and my Intuition liner, this boot feels pretty flat bottomed. It doesn't feel kicked up like a Colt or anything like that. But yeah, just real quick, kind of want to feel out the shock absorption. So I'm just gonna maybe just do like a 5 to flat right here. Woo, not warmed up, but tight a little bit. All right, so that wasn't the prettiest 5. I'm not warmed up at all. Woo! My microphone, a little worried. It's just held on with a magnet, so hopefully it won't fall off. But I felt that more than I thought I would. I think maybe if I were to use the second shock absorber, that would feel better. But golly, that just seems like a lot. Even though I want to say that the combined thickness of the 2 shock absorbers that it comes with is about the same thickness as an SL shock absorber. So that's going to be your take, whatever you feel like doing. Landing on hard concrete though, I definitely felt that. Also, the toe feels a little bit longer than my SLs. And I don't think the boot's definitely not longer. The boot's a little bit shorter. I think it might have something to do with where like the frame receptors are. Like they could be either scooted back a little bit, or maybe the SLs are scooted forward. I'm not really sure. But my toe definitely feels a little bit longer in these. Not in a upset me way, but I noticed it. So, yeah, my heels are kind of burning from that like heel squeeze. So to try like, I don't know, I guess I'm gonna try to do my classic grind the top of the quarter pipe real quick, just to kind of feel like power transfer and jumping. And then yeah, I'll give some final thoughts, I think. All right, so like flat-footed, I'm 5'10"-ish, I think. This ramp's about 34" I think the last time I measured it. I think this is a good like power transfer. Like it's important to me whenever I put on a skate, if I can push and jump well. I think it's gonna be fine just because the boot's a little stiffer than my SL, so it should have actually better power transfer. But yeah, let's just do, you know, trusty sweat stance. Ooh, so ugly. So ugly, but I got up there well. It felt easy. Or not really any easier than normal, but not any harder. Like the boot didn't like give on me when I went to push off the ground. Let's do it, let's scrap the sweat stance. Let's just do a top acid. Ooh. My legs are still pretty stiff, but at least I'm getting up there, I guess. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stop there. My heels are kind of burning, and I've got a buddy on the way to skate, and I think I'm gonna reassemble my SLs. So give me 1 second to take these off and we'll go over my final thoughts on the Omni. All right, so all in all, this is a super solid skate in my opinion. Of the things that I've tried over the last 8 months or so, other than the SL, this is definitely at the top of the list. It's gonna get gold stars for sure. Boy, I hope the wind isn't just like eating you guys alive on the mic. I'm gonna try to turn my back to the wind, so if I look silly, that's why. Flex is good. It's a little stiffer than an SL boot, but it's definitely not as stiff as I expected it to be. The riveted cuff, I don't really know what to say about that just yet. I will say that one thing I noticed out of the box is that the cuff, what are we gonna call them? The cuff leaflets, like the things that wrap around the front of your foot, they kind of have this like flat shape to them, and it's kind of hard to get them to actually lap. I think if they were a little bit longer, maybe that would be nice because they would sink together. I don't know if you can see that, but like you kind of really have to get it locked in pretty tight to get them to bend over, and that could just break in. But I think if they were a little longer, that would be nice. I like my SLs because they have those long leaflets that cross over well. But the cuff doesn't like shift or anything weird. With some skates I've noticed in the past, the cuff will like shift up and down. This one stays pretty solid, which is a plus. I did get a lot of heel burn. So if you've got a wider foot, okay, I know that wind is bad right now. If you've got a wider foot, I don't know what to tell you. These definitely don't feel like they would be super great for a wide heel. Being wide in the front, the boot's shape, if you've got a wider front foot, that's fine. This boot does not feel narrow by any means to me. It feels good. Close to the SL. The lacing system is a little bit wider than on the SL, and I wonder if that's why, even though the boot's stiffer, it gets good flex. And the sole plate, you can definitely see, like even when I was riding on the ledges, if I can get some sunlight on that, really the only spot touching is like right around that edge. And that's because, I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to find the spot for you guys to see, but it does kick in towards the frame just a little bit, which is a good system, works really well. The negative is very generous. Negatives felt easy. All in all, the skate's gonna get gold stars. If it weren't for my SLs, I could probably see myself breaking these in a little bit and skating them full time. But I do really love my SLs, so I'm just really not ready to give them up yet. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I may try to do another one on the Omni a little bit later, but for now, if you like the content, please give the video a like, consider subscribing to the channel, and we'll see you again soon.